Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. That's right, I am the KingFanMan, and this is the KingCast. How is everybody today on this beautiful Saturday? I want to warn you, by the way, I'm still at my mom's. They are doing work on the internet. We had a terrible experience the other day on our Meet Week live stream. It went dead right in the middle of the live stream. So if anything happens to happen today in the middle of this podcast, that's what it is. They are doing work. Hopefully, they're putting in some fiber optics or something around here so the internet gets better. But anyway, I noticed them tearing up the street down here and doing stuff, but that's what's going on. But with all that aside, welcome to the KingCast today. We've got a lot to talk about. QuakeCon has been going on this weekend, and man, there's a lot of news coming out about Skyrim, Quake, ESO, Doom Eternal, and of course Fallout 76. And we're going to cover all of those things. Double XP is going on right now with Fallout 76 and Meat Week, of course. And we're going to get into all of that right here on the KingCast, plus all of your questions and comments, as always, because this is a subscriber-driven podcast. So let's get into it on the KingCast. By the way, here is the new shirts. It's not a bug, it's a feature. So y'all go check out the KingFanMan store. That's just another way you can help support the KingFanMan channel. I had to get me one of those as well. After I designed the shirt, I liked it so much I had to get one. Allison Trey's here. Hey guys, how y'all doing? James, what's going on? Slacker, man, how's it going? Good to see you. Zonder Bunny, good to see you. You're early. Yes. Tamar, how's it going, man? Zonder Bunny says Fallout Worlds in a couple of weeks and a new season. Yeah, think about what's coming out just in September. We've got not only Fallout Worlds, but there's a lot that's coming out with Fallout 76, and we're going to cover all of that comes out with that update. There's a new season, new daily ops, a lot of things that comes with that. Plus, Deathloop comes out in September. There's a new DLC for ESO. There's a lot coming in September just with Bethesda. So it's crazy. And then in November, of course, the new Skyrim edition. And I want to talk about that Skyrim thing real quick before we get into Fallout 76, because you may think, Skyrim, really? Another Skyrim? Do we really need another Skyrim? I want to tell you why this Skyrim is really, really cool. If you haven't heard this already, the new Skyrim 10th anniversary edition, that's what they're calling it, is really, really cool because it has over 500 pieces of new content that has come in through the Creation Club. And this is the content that special modders have made. And it's really cool now that modders are going to get their content into a real Bethesda game. Most of y'all know what the Creation Club is. And you can go on the Creation Club website and see some of the amazing things that they have put in. There are some DLC size mods that are in the Creation Club. Of course, there is numerous weapons and apparel mods, but there's some other neat, really cool things that are coming in. Of course, the devs talked about fishing. Fishing is going to be there. There are pets, there's wild horses, there's camping, there's homes, there's all kinds of things that are coming, but over 500 pieces of new content coming in this Skyrim anniversary edition. So if you love Skyrim, wow, and it's been 10 years. Hey, Nukem, yeah, it's been 10 years. Can y'all believe that? 10 years. That even makes some of y'all feel old. Some of y'all young people feel old, doesn't it? 10 years. Zonder Bunny says, I may make Skyrim Anniversary Edition my Christmas present to myself, depending on the cost. Wow. So, yes, I'm excited about that. Another thing coming out, I don't know how many of y'all ever played this, because this is really old school, but right after the original shooter Doom took the world by storm, the guys at id made Quake. And of course, that's what QuakeCon was named after, was the original game Quake. And of course, they announced Quake Remastered, and it's available right now. So you can get that right now. And it looks really, really good. I played Quake back in the day, loved Quake, loved Doom. I loved both of those games. I've kind of moved on from first-person shooters. That's all I used to play, by the way. before I played Fallout 3 and fell into Bethesda games and never looked back. But yeah, Quake and Doom and those kind of games used to be my only type games that I played. But this Quake Remastered looks amazing. So if y'all are into those kind of games, that is something that looks really cool as well. And it's been 25 years since Quake. Talk about making you feel old. And I remember staying up all night playing Doom, which was before Quake. Oh my gosh. I remember being a police officer. Now y'all are learning a little bit more about me. I told y'all about me being a pastor last week. I remember being a police officer doing night shifts. I would come home from doing my night shift and I would start playing at 7 in the morning because no, I would get off at 7, so I'd get home about 8 o'clock in the morning. I would start playing, and it would be my off day. I would play all night, all day through the night into the next day. And you talk about being tired. Wow. But that's how much I loved Doom. I would stay up over 24 hours playing Doom. And of course, some of my police buddies would be playing it with me. Loved Quake and Doom. Loved those games. So, speaking of Doom, Doom Eternal also announced that they have a couple of new things coming out. I don't know if y'all, again, I'm doing these quick because I know y'all want to talk about Fallout 76, and we will. But Doom Eternal has 2 new master levels and a horde mode that's coming out, and a new battle mode. And then ESO announced that a new DLC called Walking Flames is coming in 2 days, August the 23rd. That is 2 days, yeah, right? Yeah, in 2 days, August the 23rd. And by the way, if you haven't ever played ESO, there is a free play event going on right now for the Elder Scrolls Online. And there are 19 million players playing ESO right now. 19 million. That is a lot. So, wow. Yep. So, there you go. There's a lot of information about QuakeCon I just gave y'all. And before we got into 76, and I'm going to take any questions y'all have or comments about those things before we jump into the 76 content and see what y'all thought about QuakeCon before we jump into anything else. Slacker says, good Lord King. Hey, Don. If you put some leads on the ceiling fan, it would reflect nicely on the on the mic. Yeah. This is my mom, so I had to, in fact, unscrew one of the light bulbs because it was so bright on me during the live stream. I'm sorry, I keep hitting stuff on the live stream and on the podcast that I recorded with Joey Caps the other day. If y'all haven't watched that, go over at his channel and watch the podcast we did about a Fallout 3 remaster or a Fallout New Vegas remaster. And but I was totally white. It was so bright hitting me, so I had to unscrew one of the bulbs. Hey, DJ Merv, what's going on? Yeah, ESO. I enjoy ESO. I don't like it near as much as, of course, as the single player Elder Scrolls games, and I don't like it as much as the format they have in. I wish they had it more like Fallout 76. I don't, but I do love to go play it every once in a while. And right now it's free to play, so if y'all want to go play it, that's fine. Okay, Fallout 76. Now, most of what they told us during QuakeCon, we already knew about Fallout 76, but they did give us some new things. One of the new things they told us a little bit more about the Halloween event that is coming. They told us a little bit more about Fallout Worlds that are coming on September the 8th. I mean, it's just right around the corner. We're about to get the Fallout Worlds. And I want to tell y'all again, I told y'all this when they first announced them. And I keep watching Twitter and I watch the Discord a little bit, but I keep hearing people griping about, progression doesn't go over and all that. If y'all listen to anything they said, this is just the beginning, and they started as safely as possible, meaning it will not affect adventure mode. They did this for a reason, to basically test it. And they are very soon in the future going to make it where you can change adventure mode, where you can change the settings on adventure mode. So don't get your panties in a wad, okay? Don't get upset about it. Just enjoy it right now. Play with it. It's a neat thing to play around with. This is just the beginning. Again, I told y'all this months ago or whenever they announced it. This is just the beginning of Fallout Worlds. It's going to be a really cool thing. This is the beginning of Fallout 76 mods as we know it, and it's going to be a really, really cool thing. I thought that when they first said it, they kind of hinted that there's more to come. But when they said specifically here that they started as safely as possible, and they even said in the near future they want to make it where they can change some of the settings in your uh, adventure mode, being probably starting in Fallout first players adventure modes. That's going to be really cool, guys. But this is just a big test. This is a big test. So really, really cool. Another thing they announced that we didn't know with Fallout Worlds, and this is really cool. If you're a Fallout first player and you got a friend that's a Fallout first player, and you make a really cool custom world, and your friend plays on that custom world one time, he can go back to that custom world anytime he wants to without you even being on it. So you can make a world and basically he can go to it anytime. It becomes his world too, which is so cool. Uh, and it works in reverse too. If he makes one, you can go to his anytime. You don't have to uh, again, you're not messing up his world. You can just go and enjoy it anytime you want to. So that is so cool. Merv says he is level 582 in Fallout 76. Yes, it is double XP right now. And again, Meat Week is going on. So have y'all got the pepper shaker yet? I got one. I didn't get the pepper shaker plan. I bought one through a vending machine. So I hadn't got it through Meat Week yet. But anyway, so those are some really good things about Fallout Worlds. Y'all don't get upset about Fallout Worlds. We're just at the tip of the iceberg with what they're going to do with Fallout Worlds. If people don't complain too much, just let them do what they're doing. I mean, they have just begun. And if you're a Fallout First member, especially, you're going to get to where you can change your private world probably in a lot of ways. Slacker says custom worlds, my builds are so crap, so that might not be good for me. William, how's it going? It's going great for me. The official orphan, he says, I've gotten the pepper shaker plan like 3 times so far. Well, dadgummit, if you're on PC, come over and give it to me, or I'll buy it from you, dadgum. Remember, by the way, again, Custom Worlds is not the only thing that is coming on that September the 8th update. There is a lot more. Again, most of this we already knew. I've told y'all this on the Kingcast before, so they didn't give us much new. The new season number 6 that is coming on September the 8th. So make sure you've got your season done, because our season will end very soon. But the new season that's coming on the 6th or on the 8th is very cool. It's the Unstoppables versus the Diabolicals. So it's all the unstoppable characters that we love, Grognak and all of them, all the superheroes. So there's going to be some really cool items on this season coming up. Plus the Daily Op expansions, the new Daily Op expansions with 3 new locations, a new enemy, and that double mutation thing challenge, where it's going to be where you can do it if you want to. You can take that challenge if you want to. If you really like Daily Ops, you've got a really good team that does good on Daily Ops, and you want to take a really good challenge to get extra rewards. It would be like there's some days I don't want to do Daily Ops. Either I'm by myself or I'm with one other person, And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do daily ops. But there's other times, like I'm doing a live stream. I have 3 other people, and we're great at it. And we do daily ops, and you get, the Vault 94 stash box, and you're like, oh, this is for days like that where you can go, no, I want a bigger challenge, because daily ops is not really a challenge. We're just going through it, not getting many rewards. Well, it's for a harder challenge and for double the reward. So you get double a chance to get better plans, better weapons, all those things, and even better plans, by the way. It better be better plans. It better not be 2 Vault 94 stash boxes and 2 Vault 94 jumpsuits. The new enemy is going to be the communist, as we talked about. So again, all those things we knew, but those things are coming in the September the 8th update, and that's I really like that. Now, we did learn, this was brand new. We did learn this brand new, that the Halloween event, we knew it was going to be changed from, and I hate this because I loved the old Halloween event. I wish they would fix the old Mischief Night. But anyway, they changed it to Spooky Scorched, which is kind of like the Christmas event. If you played the Christmas event, where the Scorched have on the Santa Claus outfit, and they got the jingle bells. And after Christmas, I can hear those jingle bells in my ears when I go away from the game. Hey, Kane, what's going on? Good to have you. And your local crypto man, Maine. Oh, it's Jones. Hey, would you quit changing your name? um, the Halloween event is going to be like the Christmas event. It's going to have Scorch dressed up all in uh, Halloween costumes, but what they're adding, and this is really cool. This is what I like. They're actually adding trick or treating, and what that is you'll actually go to other people's camps, and they haven't told us exactly what it's going to be, but there's going to be a way that we actually get to trick or treat from each other's camps. There's going to be a certain item that we place down at our camp, evidently, that we get to be able to trick or treat from each other. So we actually probably get to get candy, get something from each other. So that will be really cool. I think that's a unique thing, and we'll get to decorate our houses so everybody gets to see each other's camp. I think that's cool. Now I think that added to it makes the Halloween event much better, and it brings the community together. So I really think that's really good. Uh, Thank you, brother. I've never had any good, but finally it's happened. Kane says, I think it's the Halloween bowl from Mischief Night. That would be a good thing. Set the bowl on your front porch. That makes very good sense. That makes very good sense. Zonder Bunny agrees. Hey, you second it. I third it. I think that's a great idea. I hadn't thought of that, but that makes perfect sense. Uh, but when I first heard that it was just the Scorch, that it was the Spooky Scorch, I was like, well, I love the Christmas event. It's literally one of my favorite. So I kind of hate that they changed it to that, because I don't want. It's almost like doing Foshnot 2 times in the year. It's like, oh, this gets old. So I kind of hate that they changed it to that, because I hope they do something different for Christmas now. But adding that to it makes it okay, I think. I loved Mischief Night, though. Mischief Night was really, really cool. I know it had the problems, but anyway. They also talked about briefly, very briefly, and we've talked about them on here, 2 more seasonal events, and they specifically called these seasonal events. So they're coming before the end of the year. We knew they were coming before the end of the year, but I would guess they would be then Thanksgiving and Christmas. Maybe we talked about the Scorch being replaced. They called them seasonal events. The one's going to be with the Mothman cultist, Now y'all chime in with me here, okay? So I'm guessing Thanksgiving's going to be the Mothman cultists. That would be, Thanksgiving with the Mothman, maybe, yeah. And then the other one's going to be aliens. So I guess we're going to have Christmas with the aliens. I don't know how Christmas and aliens tie together, and I really don't know how Thanksgiving and Mothman tie together. But yeah, the Mothman ties in with Thanksgiving, I think, better than harvest time and all that, and the Mothman. But y'all are gonna have to tell me the connection between aliens and Christmas. I don't get that one. Oh me. Uh, Mothman will bring us cornucopias of terror and cultist blood. Thunder Bunny. I had to really look at that cornucopias before I pronounced it. So those are exciting. I love the seasonal events. I really do. I hate when we do the same seasonal event twice in the year. I don't want to do Meat Week twice. I don't want to do Foshnacht twice, but I love them once each year. Meat Week was supposed to be 4th of July, but it's always been in August. That's fine. Let's do it once in the year. I loved Mischief Night. I love the seasonal events. But let's keep doing different seasonal events. That's my only request to Bethesda. I don't want to do Spooky Scorched, and because the Treasure Hunter is kind of like the Scorched. Okay, they different skin, different thing. Let's don't do the same thing all the time. Kane, it happened around Christmas. Uh, I think it happened after Thanksgiving because and you'll have to look it up real quick. The only reason I say that is because I remember there were Christmas presents in the river from the cars that plunged into the river. That could still be around Thanksgiving. I mean, people could have had Christmas presents in their car around Thanksgiving, but I remember, yeah, December the 15th. Okay, I remember there being when I did the video on Point Pleasant. I remember how sad it was that there were Christmas presents floating up from the cars. I mean, I know this was a long time ago, but boy, this is sad talking about it. There were Christmas presents floating up from the cars going down the river. So yeah. So December the 15th. But y'all get my point with the seasonal events. Let's have different seasonal events. I don't want Foshnacht twice in the year. It's supposed to end winter. I like it once. I love Foshnacht. It's one of my favorites, but let's do it once in the year. And I love that they do. Uh, I love that they take things from West Virginia. I think uh, I just thought of something. The Mothman Festival is coming up. I think, is it not coming up like this coming weekend or next weekend, something like that? So that's maybe how the Mothman ties into the fall. Uh, Maybe they were trying to make it around this time of year. So around the Mothman Festival is the Mothman. That's maybe why they're doing it around Thanksgiving. That makes sense. So hey, I like that. Let's see. That's right. There is a Christmas tree in the water under the bridge in 76. Yep, that's right. There is. And I guess that's probably the reason. So, with that sad news, we probably lost 15 viewers with, with that sad news. Is the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim Anniversary Edition using the Creation Engine 2? No, it's not. Sadly, it's not. It's still on the old engine, but as we talked about before, it looks really good, and it has over 500 pieces of new content. Now, no, it's not in the new engine, but it looks really good. Speaking very quickly before we go back to 76, speaking of that Skyrim Anniversary Special Edition, I wouldn't mind if they did that with Fallout 4 because they haven't done anything with Fallout 4 yet. And we've been talking about remasters and all this, and Bethesda loves repackaging their games and putting them out. But with Creation Club, Creation Club has put out a lot of stuff for Skyrim and Fallout 4. In fact, I've bought a lot of stuff. I've bought more for Fallout 4 than I have for Skyrim, so I know that they've put out a lot for those games. And with them giving, they literally gave everything. They gave everything, or they're giving everything that Creation Club has ever made for this special anniversary edition of Skyrim, which is really cool. It's really cool for us, and it's really cool for the modders that made all that stuff. But I think it would be a great thing also to do with Fallout 4 on a anniversary. And we might look what anniversary is coming up for Fallout 4. Uh, maybe putting Fallout 4 like they did with Skyrim into the next generation and giving all the Creation Club stuff. Hey, I would buy that, wouldn't y'all? A new special edition of Fallout 4 with new content. Hey, take my money, take my money. But the great thing about this, and I believe they normally do this most of the time, they say if you own the latest copy, if you own the special edition of this, then you can update it for free. So Bethesda's very, very good at that. Yes, of course, they're going to have copies that you can go to the store and buy. And yes, I'll probably go buy a hard copy of it just to have it. I mean, it's the 10th anniversary edition. I would like a hard copy of it. But they are very good at giving the digital copy for free if you already have the copy. If you're, a a faithful follower of them, then they're good at that. Do you think maybe they are planning on getting rid of the Creation Club? That's a very good question. With them giving all of this content uh, for Skyrim, maybe they're getting ready to stop doing it for Skyrim. Um, that's a really good question. Uh, I wonder what their plans are for future games. Uh, we know that. Well, let's just talk about it. Let's just dive right into it. I didn't know we were going to talk about Starfield today, but let's just dive right into it. Starfield. Are they going to allow mods on Starfield, and how soon are they going to allow mods on Starfield? If you remember Fallout 4, one of the neat things about Fallout 4 was one of the neat new things about Fallout 4 was, and I don't remember how soon it was after it came out, but pretty soon after it came out, you could mod Fallout 4 not just on PC anymore, but you could do it on consoles, and you could do it right there from and through Bethesda. You didn't have to go to the Nexus anymore. You didn't have to do it that way. You didn't have to go on PC and do it that way anymore. Bethesda made it so easy to mod Fallout 4. In fact, that was a reason that I changed from Sony to Xbox. I was playing my PS4 and I wanted to mod Fallout 4 on the console. So I went and bought a used Xbox. I didn't go buy a new one, couldn't afford it, but I went and bought a used Xbox so I could mod it. Now, some of y'all may remember how long after the release they started allowing you to mod it, but it wasn't very long. I remember the game was still pretty new when they were allowing modding right there on the console. 3 or 4 months after launch. Yeah, it was really, really soon after it. So I wonder, are they going to do something like that? Hey, let's go video games. Good to see you again, bud. It's been a while. Um, I wonder if they're going to do something like that with Starfield. What I do know, what we did see with Starfield is you can see the way you make mods, the creation kit too, uh, as James is talking about there, you can see a developer using it right there in the video. Uh, So I think that's going to be available for people. Hopefully they're going to release it to people, but I hope they make it just as easy as they did on Fallout 4. I hope that Fallout 4 was a success, and since it's now a um, Xbox only, a Xbox and PC only, hopefully they'll let us mod it again like they did in Fallout 4. What do y'all think? Do y'all think they're going to let us mod Starfield the way they did Fallout 4? Now, I believe mods will eventually come to it because it's a Bethesda game, and Bethesda knows that their games live. I'm not going to say die. They live. They go on living because of mods. So there is no doubt to me that they're going to allow Starfield to be modded. But what I'm asking is, do you think they're going to allow it to be modded so easily and so soon the way Fallout 4 was? I hope so. I really, really hope so. That was one of the advertisements, one of the pushes that made Fallout 4 uh, so neat. It was one of the new things. Y'all tell me what you think. That again, we went down a rabbit hole I didn't think we were going to go on this podcast, but hey, it's subscriber driven, like I said. Let's Go Video Game says they'll take 6 months the way the gig took for Fallout 4. Yes, but they will. Bethesda lives with modding, so I say yes. So y'all think it will be available on the Xbox console as well? It'll go through Bethesda, not just the Nexus. I hope so. Well, if that's the case, then, gosh, back to your question, Kane, about the Creation Club. I don't know. It's just according if they think the Creation Club has been a success or not. I think the Creation Club has done some good things, and I think the Creation Club has done some bad things. And again, this is a subject I didn't think we were going to get into either, but I was asked a long time ago, and I know that a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth about the Creation Club, and rightfully so. I mean, it is paid mods, no doubt, but for the modders that are involved with the Creation Club, I think it's a great thing. And again, y'all think about some of these modders that put all of this time and energy and effort. They actually now are getting their mods into a real Bethesda game. These people that have these 500 pieces of content that are in the Creation Club, they're actually going to be in the Skyrim 10th anniversary edition. They're going to be in the game. Can you imagine if you were one of those modders and your mod was in a Bethesda game now? Not only did you get paid for it, but now it's going to be in the game. So that is going to be great. I don't know if I said hi to John, but I'm going to say it again. Hi, John. James says, will the Elder Scrolls 6 use the Creation Engine 2 or the Creation Engine 3? No, it's going to be Creation Engine 2. It might be updated again, but no, they're not going to make a new engine again for the Elder Scrolls 6 because they are already developing the Elder Scrolls 6. Let me explain what's going on right now at Bethesda Game Studios, and it's not like I'm a big insider or anything, but I do know a little bit. Starfield, as I've been saying for a while, Starfield is done. They are, of course, putting finishing touches on it, but it is done. That means that they are in the process of ramping up the production of the Elder Scrolls 6. So they have been in pre-production of the Elder Scrolls 6 for a long time. In fact, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go back to when we were looking at the 25th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls. Do y'all remember that video? When they took, bless her heart, what's the lady? And I always forget that lady's name. The one that has the YouTube channel, the sweet lady that plays Skyrim, and they made a character for her in Elder Scrolls. Y'all tell me her name. I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, they literally showed them making her character, the character creation of her in the Elder Scrolls 6. while y'all are telling me her name, they also showed making landscapes in the Elder Scrolls 6. So we don't have to wonder if they are already in production of the Elder Scrolls 6. They actually showed us. They showed us characters being made. They showed us the world being made. It's already happening. Okay. Now, am I still playing 76? Well, of course I am. Yes, absolutely, Ross. And still loving it. Yeah, I live streamed Thursday. It got cut off a little bit, but yeah, double XP going on right now and Meat Week going on. Yep, and still loving it. Um, James says, "Did you know it takes about 5 through 7 years to make a new game engine?" Uh, it takes a long time. Absolutely, I know it takes a long time. But again, if you just watch the process, they don't uh, especially with the amount of studios they have right now, they don't just make one game at a time. Okay. Of course, they are focused on Starfield right now and getting it polished and getting it done. But Starfield, for the most part, once Shirley Curry, thank you, Kane. I knew somebody would pop that up. I don't know why I cannot remember that sweet lady's name. Shirley Curry. Okay, everybody got it? Shirley Curry. Hi, Shirley. They made her character and it looks great. The characters look great. It don't look like Oblivion and it looks much better than Skyrim. Okay, so we already know what the characters are going to look like in the Elder Scrolls 6. Y'all go watch that video, the 25th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls. We already know what the characters are going to look like in the Elder Scrolls 6. We already know like what the landscapes are going to look like. They're using that photorealism stuff. In fact, it's the same thing they're using for Starfield. So again, they don't just make one game at a time. They've got different teams that are working on this. So even though they're talking about being in pre-production of the Elder Scrolls 6, there's a lot that I guarantee you that's already done on the Elder Scrolls 6. A lot that is already done, and they are now in, I would say, full production of the Elder Scrolls 6. Uh, and they will especially be once that Starfield's DLCs are done. Hey, True Flat, what's going on? Hey, King, how are you doing, brother? I'm doing great. I am doing absolutely fabulous. I do want to mention, by the way, right there, Kane Valdir Gaming, and I said it right the first time, Kane. You got to give me a star. Y'all, please go check out his channel. Let me. I'm going to pull up his link real quick. He's got a great YouTube channel. And he did a breakdown of QuakeCon. And he does some great, he does a lot of great stuff on Fallout 76 and other stuff. But y'all, please go check out his channel. If you haven't subscribed to him yet, y'all do that, please. I don't know how many subscribers he's got right now, but he needs to have a lot more. So if everybody on here would go subscribe to him, that would be great, because I know if y'all like my content, you'll love his content. So absolutely. And by the way, True Flat, how you doing, brother? Wolford said Shirley Curry was an inspiration and a very kind lady. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Bobby, what Elder Scrolls 6 video? It is the 25th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls. All you have to do is look up Bethesda Game Studios 25th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls. Not the Elder Scrolls 6, not Skyrim, not anything like that. It's the 25th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls. It happened back this spring. It came out. Just look up the 25th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls. Yes. Doing fantastic. Great. James says Kane is great. Excellent content. That's great. And I am too, right, James? Right, James? Right. No. That's fishing for a compliment. I was not doing that. James says, do you think Obsidian Entertainment will use the Creation 2 engine? No, I do not. No, I think they're going to Well, I know, in fact, I know they're not using the Creation 2 engine. I know uh, they're using something else. Thank you, Kane. Kane says I'm great too. We're just going to throw compliments back and forth now for the rest of the podcast. We've got about 20 minutes, so me and Kane's going to throw compliments back and forth. And now James says I'm outstanding. So uh, y'all just stand by while we compliment each other. Anyway, so I am so excited, guys. By the way, uh, I don't know how many of y'all got excited watching QuakeCon, and I know there was not that much new information other than the Skyrim announcement, the Quake announcement, but there is so much. As I said, probably I think it was in the last KingCast because we didn't have one last week. There is so much about to happen with Bethesda games. Deathloop releases September the 14th. Okay. That's a game that's coming out September the 14th. I know all of y'all are not going to play that game, but some of y'all will. Some of y'all are going to try it. That's coming out next month. September 8th, Fallout Worlds comes out. Again, Fallout Worlds is just the beginning, okay? Just try it, play around with it. It's just the beginning of Fallout 76 mods, and they're going to go in crazy directions with this, okay? Also, the new season, Daily Ops is going to get expanded. A lot's coming with the update with that, okay? ESO in 2 days is getting a brand new DLC. Again, not all of us are going to do that. My point to all of this is the Skyrim in a month. My point to all this, Bethesda is putting out a lot of stuff when some of us may think, not much went on at QuakeCon. My word, a Quake Remastered out right now. And then all of this coming out in September and November, all of this happening. And then we don't know what all is going to happen before Starfield comes out next year about this time. It's like, wow, there's so much. I can't play it all. There's literally so much I cannot play it all and I cannot cover it all. So it's amazing. The Jack and Lily Show. Hey, by the way, speaking of things that you need to subscribe to, there's the Jack and Lily Show. Y'all can click on that one right there too and go check it out. And it may be something that y'all want to subscribe to too. That's really cool. That is Scott the Intruder Gaming's kids, and they are so sweet and so special. So, hey Jack and hey Lily, how are y'all doing? And hey Scott, how are you doing, bud? What a sweet, sweet family, and what a wonderful family they are. Let's see. Ross says I'm going to need an Xbox for all these new games, or can I use my PS5? You can use your PS5 for Deathloop. In fact, you can only use your PS5 for Deathloop because it is an exclusive to Sony. You can't use your Xbox for Deathloop. But sadly, after that, yes, you're going to need an Xbox or a PC because, now Fallout 76 you can, of course, play with Sony. But everything else is going to be, I say everything else. You can play ESO on Sony. You can play Doom Eternal on Sony. But Starfield is going to be an Xbox exclusive. And probably a lot to most of the future Bethesda games are going to be Xbox exclusives. So there you go. Kane says they did drop one piece of info for Fallout Worlds. They do plan to allow players progression between adventure and worlds and vice versa. Yes, that's another thing. And I meant to touch on that as well. Again, it's just the start. They are going to not only allow progression, which is not allowed at first. Again, they're going to allow you to change, and it's not an adventure world, but they're going to allow you to change the real world that your progression does change in. So it's really cool. Ross says, nice one, King. Best buy myself an Xbox. True Flat, bless your heart. I don't have what's his name to give you a snarky comment. So I will just tell you thank you and bless you, bless you, bless you, because man, we need it right now. So the super chats are so appreciated right now. And that's a $20 super chat. You're awesome. I'll give you a virtual fist bump. How's that? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're always an awesome supporter of the KingCast and my channel. And y'all know the normals around here, the regulars around here know some of the things we're going through. So thank you so much for that. And I haven't been able to be on YouTube near as much, so my YouTube revenue has gone. So anyway, and that's my fault with my lupus and everything else, but it's not YouTube's fault. True Flat says, I saw your floors. No worries, brother. Yes. Yeah, my floors and my air conditioner, and yeah, you name it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, back to what Kane was saying. Again, these Fallout worlds right now, just enjoy them and start trying to get used to what they're doing, okay? Because in the very near future, well, maybe not very near, but the near future, okay, they are going to just keep adding to and adding to and adding to not only things that we can change, but as Kane said, they're going to make it where your progression will, um, as he said, no, progression between adventure and world and vice versa. In other words, when you go over to your worlds, the things you do will actually matter. It don't get wiped out. That's the main thing that people are upset about right now. But again, what the dev said, they're doing it the safest way they can. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ruby. Hi to Ruby, too. I told Jack and Lily hi and didn't tell Ruby how. Oh, Ruby, forgive me. Hello, Ruby. Hello, Ruby. So, hello, Jack. Hello, Lily. And hello, Ruby. Ah, bad King. Bad. Boy, King did bad today. Um, what else did they say on that? But anyway, that was my main point at the start of the show. Just enjoy it right now and get used to it. Get used to it, have fun with it, because it's just the tip of the iceberg, and they are going to make it where it is very usable. It is very meaningful to the game. They're just launching it right now as basically a trial to see, okay, and they've made it where it's as safe as possible to your game, so it don't mess up your game. That's why they're making it where your progression doesn't count on these worlds, okay, because they don't want to mess up your game. Wouldn't it be bad if you put your character over in these worlds and then it wiped out the progression that you've done? Wouldn't you be upset? That's why they're doing it the way they're doing it right now. They're doing it the safest way possible. And you all know that people are going to gripe no matter what they do. I mean, gosh, we've seen that from the very launch of Fallout 76, that people are going to gripe no matter what they do. But that's what they said. If you listen to them, they're doing it the safest way they can, but they desperately want to add a lot to this. So yes, absolutely, Kane. And you pointed it out in your video, Kane, and I'm glad you did. And I already pointed it out in the KingCast, but I'll say it again. One of the neatest things that's already there is if you have Fallout first and another one of your friends has Fallout first, and you make a world and they play one time in that world of yours, they can go back to that world of yours without you there. So it's there in their uh, menu all the time now. They can go to it anytime because they've played it, and vice versa. If you go to one of their worlds, you can go back to it. So in other words, if your friend makes a world that's really cool that you like, you can go to it and play it by yourself when they're not there. That's really, really cool. That is a cool thing that they added. Gizmo, what's going on? Hi, King. Not a local, so not aware what you're going through. Stay strong, whatever it is, and blessings to you, buddy. Thank you so much. It's okay not to be a local, but I'm glad you're here. You can become a local just by showing up every Saturday at 4:30 Central Time, and then you become one of our locals. or as we used to call him, one of the Kingsmen. That's what you are. Zonder Bunny says, Lord forbid if somebody jacked up their game in Custom World somehow, Bethesda was wise to keep them separate. Absolutely, at least to start with. Yeah, this is a test run, is all it is. Oh my word! If I can't pronounce your name. Let's see, Zionik. Not going to try. If there's no progression, it's mostly pointless because we have daily tasks and currency caps in game that we won't make any progress toward when playing on Fallout Worlds. Yes, but what we've been saying in the podcast, it might be pointless now, but they are working towards making it where they will have it where it's in the place where your progression changes. What they're doing right now is they're making it as safe as possible. This is just a test of the Fallout worlds. They are going to keep adding to them and making it where it's in where your progression changes, or they're going to make it where your progression matters in the Fallout world. So right now, just use it and enjoy messing with the game. It's kind of like playing around with mods for the first time. Okay, if you ever did that, uh, I remember the first time I played around with mods, and please forgive me for not pronouncing your name right. But think about playing around with mods the first time. Did you ever play around with mods and mess up your game? Did you ever do that? Anybody ever do that? I did it and couldn't get your game back. And you say, well, yeah, just take off the mods and go back. Yeah, sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it will really mess up your game and you can't get it back. Sometimes you even have to unload the game and reload the game. Sometimes mods really will mess up a game. So think about it like just playing around with mods for the first time. Sometimes you would want to create a whole new character and mess around with the mods and play with the game. So that's kind of what it is. You're just playing around with mods for the first time, and they're doing that with Fallout 76. That's what it is, and they're going to keep adding to it. And again, in the very near future, don't worry about it. In the very near future, they're going to make it where it does matter and it's not pointless. And if you want to wait until it does matter, if you don't want to play around with it now, that's fine. Gonzo says, Gone Midnight here, so hard to make it regularly, but would love to get on and play with you sometime. Are you on PC? What are you on, Gizmo? Just tell me real quick. Zonderbunny says down the road we may be able to share progression once they get things figured out. And yes, and I want to mention one thing before our podcast is over. And by the way, Gizmo, we're about to end. We're ending in just over 5 minutes. So you might could hold on for 5 minutes. But anyway, another thing that they are working on very hard. I've told y'all this, but this is something they did not talk about this time, but they have talked about. Y'all watch, this is coming so soon. Crossplay is coming to Fallout 76 very, very soon if they can get it worked out, but they are working on it very, very hard. So hopefully, no matter what platform we're on, we're going to be able to play with each other. So y'all cross your fingers. They've been working on this for a long time. Okay, Gizmo. Well, I am KingFanMan 1. Send out 2 friend requests because normally it takes sending it twice. KingFanMan 1, capital K, capital F, capital M, and then a 1. Here, I'll put it here so you can see it. That's me on PC. Just send me a friend request twice on PC. And what are you on PC? Tell me what you are so I'll know it's you. What was I saying? What was I saying? Somebody tell me what I was saying. Oh, crossplay. Yes, crossplay is confirmed. Not only that it's in the works, Bunny, it's been in the works for a long time. I told y'all the last QuakeCon I went to in person that I actually talked to the lead guy at Bethesda Austin, and he said it was in the works then. But crossplay is getting very close. and that is confirmed. So they did not mention crossplay at QuakeCon. I was disappointed that they didn't mention it this time. In fact, they talked about it not too long ago, but I wanted to mention it to y'all at the end of this podcast because they are getting so close. There's one thing that is holding them up, and I bet y'all know what it is. Gizmo, what is your name on PC? Tell me real quick before you go. Hail to the king. How we doing? Hey, Shape Den. Sheep Den TV. What's going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, they did. They spoke about 76 in broad terms at this QuakeCon. They sure did. Can I quote you in the video on that as I didn't see it? You can. Absolutely, you can. Yep. You can say I said it because it's coming. It's coming. In fact, if it don't come, there's only one thing that's hindering it, and I think they're eventually just going to say Sony's the only thing that's hindering it. And if they can't get Sony to jump on board, then I think Xbox and PC is going to allow crossplay. They have just waited and waited and waited on Sony. They have honestly been waiting 2 years on Sony. Yep. Just finished dinner, here for the news. Well, we're almost finished, Sheepden, so you're going to have to go back and watch it. But there's a lot of news, a lot of great stuff. Sony is a bunch of when it comes to crossplay. Yes, they are. Yep. Do you think that if Fallout Worlds becomes the main hook for Fallout First, could the Scrapbox and Survival Tent become available to everyone then? That's a very, very, very good question. I would actually love to see the Scrapbox become available to everyone. I don't know if that would mess up the servers. But I would love to see the Scrapbox become available to everyone. Now, and the survival tent as well. I'm not saying that, but I would really, really like that. And I don't think Fallout First members would have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. And like you said, the world is actually what you're paying for. So yeah, I think that would be a great thing. And I think if we Fallout First members would start pushing Bethesda and asking Bethesda to do that for the community, if it's possible, I think that'd be a great thing. So, and let me just ask you, if you had and I know the Scrapbox is on the tent, okay? I'm not dumb, but if you had to pick, which would you want more? The tent without the Scrapbox or the Scrapbox? Which one would you want more? I would think the Scrapbox would be more important, would be more vital than the tent. That's just me. Now the tent's great to have, but the Scrapbox, my word, it just cures all of your weight problems. If you have weight problems like I do in life, the Scrapbox is amazing. Yeah. Make the Scrapbox camp exclusive. Guys, Bethesda says they listen to us. I think us Fallout First players should ask for the tent and the Scrapbox to make it available to the community now that Fallout Worlds has come out, because that's a huge benefit to Fallout First players. I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. Absolutely. Yes. So all of that, Sheepden TV, go back and watch this. This will be done processing in just a little bit. We did go over a lot of news. In fact, I got a full page and a half of notes. So a lot that we went over today. We've got a minute left. If y'all got any questions, y'all better ask them right now. Gizmo, I will look it up in just a minute. I will jump on there and look. I'm not going to be able to jump on and play right now because I've got to take care of my mom. I got to cook dinner for her. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to take the trash down. I got to do a lot. I'm over here taking care of my mom. But anything, all that, y'all got about 30 seconds to ask me anything you want before we're done. I hope y'all enjoyed QuakeCon this year. I did. I wish we'd have saw a little bit more. But when you back up and think about it, yes, I'm with you, John. I want Mischief Night too, but I do like that they added the trick-or-treating at each other's camp. I think that's really, really cool. By the way, if y'all didn't hit that like button, please hit that like button. And go back, by the way, go back when the video gets up and comment down in the comment section. That helps my videos as well. King is a good son. Thank you. I try to be. Absolutely. Hey, Gentugo. I loved Mischief Night. Mischief Night, I think, was my favorite event. I do. I really do. Foshnot is great. They kind of hurt Foshnot for me because we played it twice in a year, and that really kind of got me. And we did it for, man, it seemed like they did it for a whole week, and then we did it for another whole week, and it was like, oh, Foshnot. We're like doing Foshnot all the time. So I think Foshnot probably is my favorite. If they hadn't done it too much there. But yeah, Foshnot and Mischief Night would be my favorites. I love the Christmas Scorched as well. I really love that, and I hate they're bringing it to Halloween because I don't want to overdo it. And I'm not re-preaching that part in the podcast because y'all can go back and see it. Please don't overdo or double events. Make them different, please. I love seasonal events in Fallout 76, but make them different. I love these different events, different kinds of events. So, yeah, I'm with you. Well, guys, y'all have a great rest of your Saturday evening or morning or night or wherever y'all are at. Thank y'all for taking the time to be here with me and spending just a little bit of your time with me. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for your support of me and this channel. I appreciate that more than you will ever know. If God gives us tomorrow, y'all have a blessed day. Good night, everybody. See y'all next time. Bye, guys.